The crystalline halls of the Zytheran flagship gleamed with bioluminescent perfection as Queen Melissa glided through her throne room. Her scaled skin shimmered in hues no human language could name, and her four eyes reflected the cold mathematics of a civilization that had conquered aesthetics itself. Every curve of her palace followed the golden ratio. Every surface sang with calculated perfection. She had summoned the human. William stood before her, his plain gray uniform a stark contrast to the geometric splendor surrounding him. He was unremarkable by Zytheran standards. Asymmetrical features, skin marred by time, eyes that held only 2 dimensions of sight. Yet this species had done something the Zytheran Empire could not ignore. Ambassador William, Melissa's voice resonated through translation nodes. Your species has been evaluated. You are chaotic, inefficient, imperfect. William nodded slowly. We've heard. Yet you create. Her taloned hand gestured to a holographic display. Images flickered past, human art, music, architecture. Explain this contradiction. You are flawed beings who somehow produce works that resonate across species barriers. Even my own people, perfected over 10,000 generations, find themselves moved by human creations. The Queen leaned forward, her massive form casting shadows that defied physics. So I ask you, human, what is beauty? William was quiet for a moment, and Melissa noted the slight tremor in his hands. Fear, perhaps. Good. But when he spoke, his voice was steady. Your Majesty, may I ask you something first? The court gasped at his audacity. Melissa's guards tensed, weapons humming to life. But the Queen raised a hand. Speak. Have you ever seen a sunrise after a storm? Melissa's translator struggled with the metaphor. I have observed stellar bodies emerging from atmospheric disturbances. The mathematical predictability is— No, William interrupted, and the guards moved closer. I mean, really seen it. When you didn't sleep all night because you were worried about someone you loved. When you thought the darkness would never end. And then, just when your hope was failing, that first ray of gold breaks through the clouds. The Queen's scales rippled. Confusion, her attendants knew. William continued, his voice growing stronger. You want to know what beauty is? It's not perfection, Your Majesty. It's meaning despite imperfection. It's a flower growing through cracked concrete. It's a scar that tells a story of survival. It's music born from pain, art born from struggle. This is illogical, Melissa said, but her voice had changed. Softer now, is it? William stepped forward, and the guards allowed it. You've engineered perfection into every molecule of your being. But tell me, when was the last time something surprised you? When did you last cry? Laugh until your sides hurt? Feel your heart race because something was so unexpectedly wonderful? The Queen was silent. We humans are broken, William said. We age, we make mistakes. We're asymmetrical and inefficient, and we die far too soon. But maybe that's exactly why we understand beauty. Because we know it doesn't last. Because we know we don't last. He pulled a small object from his pocket. A photograph, primitive by Zytheran standards. This is my daughter. She's 20 now. When she was 5, she drew me a picture. It was terrible. Proportions all wrong, colors bleeding everywhere. But I cried when she gave it to me because it was beautiful. Not because of what it was, but because of what it meant. Melissa's 4 eyes fixed on the crude drawing in the image. By every metric her civilization had developed, it was worthless. Yet something stirred in her ancient chest. Your Majesty, William said quietly. You asked what beauty is. Here's what I think. Beauty is the universe telling us that imperfection is not just acceptable, it's essential. It's the proof that we're alive, that we're trying, that we're feeling. You've spent 10,000 generations perfecting yourselves, but in doing so, did you lose the ability to be moved by something you didn't calculate? The throne room was absolutely silent. My species will never be as advanced as yours. William continued. We'll never achieve your perfection, but when a human composer writes a symphony, she's pouring her imperfect heart onto a page. When a human painter creates, he's capturing a moment he knows he'll lose. When we build cathedrals that take generations to complete, we do it knowing we'll never see them finished. We create beauty not despite our mortality, but because of it. Queen Melissa rose slowly, her towering form casting William in shadow. For a long moment she studied this small, fragile creature. Then she did something that shocked every witness present. She wept. The droplets that fell from her 4 eyes crystallized as they hit the floor, forming patterns that followed no mathematical formula. Random, chaotic and utterly beautiful. Ambassador, she whispered, her voice no longer amplified by translation nodes. Teach us. William smiled. And in that imperfect expression, slightly crooked, touched by age and experience, the Zytheran court glimpsed something their perfection had hidden from them for millennia. They glimpsed humanity. And against all calculation, against all logic, they found it beautiful.